But yeah, that's the basic plot, and then I thought the special effects were really good for the time. I mean, like I said, the sound and the piranha just biting and picking at people. Well, I think I looked at the making, and they used models, like fish models, that somehow, they could control the mouth biting and all that. And I think they either had their hands at the end of the fish just poking at people, and they shoot it in close up so you don't see the bottom of the fish, or if you do, in a wider shot, maybe they have sticks to just poke from far away, just poke on the people and make it look like the fish are just kind of eating them. I'm guessing that's what they did. In some of the shots, the fish look like they're actually just wiggling and moving. I'm not sure if they used robotic fish or animatronic. I'm not sure what that stuff's called, but I don't know what they did there. Like the scene where the fish are under the raft trying to just tear it apart, and it's like, and it's kind of wiggling, but sort of. I couldn't tell what they were using, but I know in the close-up shots they were using probably using their hands, just poking it at people, and shooting the blood out of the mouth, of the fish mouth, and that's how it gets all bloody as they're just biting and biting. So it looks like they're getting torn apart, but really not. And then there's these other shots where they show the school of fish, and I can't tell if it was a real school of fish that might have been stock footage, but it's just like small little fish, kind of nondescript, and they're all kind of moving together in the same animated motion. Like, I don't know if it was a matte painting, or I couldn't tell what it was, but I could tell, some shots they were just stop motion animation. Like, as a fish come up, or one shot you see him kind of coming far away and materializing little by little. So yeah, I could tell they used stop motion animation and just hand models like that. But I couldn't tell what they did with every shot. But it was effective. Like, it worked, especially for its time. I wasn't alive then, but I'm sure it worked well for the time. Even now, today, looking at it, the old school special effects, I think they work best. It works. It's better than CGI. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I think the sound sells it the most. Like, the biting, I don't know, the biting might have been kind of gory enough, but I think the sound makes it worse, and you actually feel just the bites more, just with that. Something about that sound just made it all work more than it probably would have if they didn't have it. Oh yeah, and I think they use strings for one part where a fish jumps out of water and bites a guy on the face. Other than that, I mean, it's just basically makeup, prosthetics, and all that. It was all pretty well done, and it's got a. I like the score by Pino Donaggio. It's really atmospheric, and it's a little somber for this kind of movie, but it still works. It's especially during the scene, the attack scenes where the fish are attacking people. But yeah, I like the score. It had some good humor. It was all tongue-in-cheek, although I don't think the part where the kids were getting attacked, I don't know if that was supposed to be funny or not. I'm not a big fan of kids getting killed or attacked in movies, but especially when they were all crying after the whole thing, like, I don't know if the crying was supposed to be funny, but whatever. I'm just overanalyzing it, but Yeah, that's about all I can say about it. I mean, it's about genetically engineered carnivorous fish who eat people. Uh, if that doesn't sell you on the flick, then I don't know what will. I mean, it's a yeah, it's kind of it's a I think it's an exploitation movie or exploitation horror. I mean, it was produced by Roger Corman, who did a lot of exploitation movies in the '70s, and yeah, it was directed by Joe Dante, who went on to do Gremlins, The Howling. What else did he do? Burbs, Inner Space, another favorite movie of mine. Uh, I don't know what else John Sayles ever wrote. But yeah, I know he did. I think he wrote and directed Brother from Another Planet. I haven't seen that in ages, so I don't remember that movie. And then James Cameron also worked a lot with Roger Corman back in those days, and then eventually went to direct Piranha 2, which I'll be reviewing next. So stay tuned for that review.